that work? You're comfortable now, right?
Yes.
Yeah, amazing.
Amazing, right? Amazing modern technology. So
Yeah.
here we are. Hello, it's Kristen Eykel. I'm here at the Sedona Yoga Festival 2017, and I just got lucky enough to find two of the most beautiful and radiant teachers possible this weekend, and so I wanted to take a moment and let our beautiful teachers speak for a second and really transmit and share with you the reason why those who are in service, why they're in service, and what causes someone to devote their life to the practice of offering this gift of this energy to others. So first we'll start with this beautiful divine goddess. Tell us who you are, why you're here, and what your practice is, Mama.
My name is Devi Mohan. Well, practices, it's just all flowing naturally, spontaneously, and it evolved over time. At the moment, I dedicate myself to teaching yoga. We call it the Himalayan School of Traditional Yoga, bringing back the original values of the ancient masters who selflessly gave this profound knowledge without ever turning it into any dogma. And the knowledge was codified by Maharishi Patanjali. So we do our best to live those values and teach the genuine yoga as best as we can. So that's the Himalayan School of Traditional Yoga. Secondly, I do Maitri healing. In fact, I'm an instrument of that healing. That was one of the greatest blessings I got from Mohanji, who is my spiritual master and also my husband.
And her husband and the father of her beautiful child.
Yes,
so it's a beautiful family right there.
It's a very unique experience to actually have all that in one. It's not really easy because we know masters do chisel the ego left and right.
Really? Are you that husband? Are you that husband?
So I'm one of those wives that are never right.
You try not to, but it's hard sometimes not to.
So I can't tell my husband you're wrong and I'm right because he's the guru, So it's sometimes very tough.
Boy, yeah, that would be a little bit tough sometimes. Guru, you have to pick up your socks. I'm sorry. This is your wife speaking.
Yes. So Maitri healing is a beautiful blessing. It's done in a very simple way, passing on the energy. So I connect with Mohanji through his third eye. So I engulf myself with this beautiful energy and it becomes very, very hot. It goes through the spine, through the palms. Sometimes I feel like my palms will burn like iron. It becomes very hot.
Mine are tingling just being with both of you. I gotta tell you, it's like, we'll send some to you guys because look, it's enjoy this beautiful blessing from these teachers here.
And it's really beautiful. We go through the chakras from the front and back side, and in the end, the Kundalini, we just cleanse the path for the Kundalini to rise when it's ready. Right? And the aim is not just to do physical, emotional, mental, spiritual healing. It's also to go the causal layer, the subtlest layer, where there are seeds of karma. And those seeds that we are allowed to remove, which are not part of the so-called prarabdha karma, which is the destiny path which you're not supposed to meddle into, no matter what. Right? So this is the aspect of karma we don't touch. Otherwise, everything else is being worked on, and beautiful results are happening. So this is very fulfilling. Then thirdly, I'm a president of ACT Foundation, which is a charity, again, started by Mohanji in 2003. Started as Care Charitable Trust.
Also ACT Foundation.
Yeah, it started with Care, and then internationally it evolved as ACT Foundation. So that's actfoundation.org, and we do as much as we can. We inspire people to join in and do selfless service. So empowering the helpless, mainly the children, the orphans, the elderly, animals, whatever we can do. So that it's really beautiful to see the effect of that work. And it's like you think, for example, when you sit and do meditation, you just do one act of charity and then you sit and you see the difference, right? Because it's all about expanding yourself, about giving, and then experience yourself beyond the realm of ego and physical body. So it truly is that in giving we receive. And once you experience that, you understand the whole game. And I always pray that my karma becomes my dharma, so that I live my dharmic duty and just surrender and flow with it. So this is the point we've reached after a lot of tests, a lot of challenge, and all of it evolved, and I just feel very grateful.
It's a beautiful story. Thank you for sharing that with us. And now to your beautiful husband, teacher. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you.
So I have to ask this question because a lot of teachers, they choose not to marry. of a variety of faiths and religions and practices, and yet there's something so powerful about the divine male and the divine female when they join together and join forces and really create something beautiful. So I would just love to get your perspective on this. Anything else you want to share?
Well, it's not about married or unmarried. It's being spontaneous. I believe that in the true sense of spirituality, there is nothing good, nothing bad. Everything is part of your existence, and nothing really blocks anything. It's all in the. It's a game of the mind, thinking that if I do not have it, I'll be better off. Like some people feel that they go elsewhere, away from the society, and then they feel better. I think quite a lot of stuff are escapist.
Yes.
I mean, we have to face everything, and I think we should. And there is no problem with it. I do not believe that anything can stop you if your determination is 100%. And also, it's not even your discrimination. It's bringing the priorities into the front. I believe that spirituality is not an option. If you think spirituality is an option, then all these obstacles matter. If spirituality is not an option and it's part of your system, nothing matters.
Because there is no matter anyway. It's all energy.
Yeah, it's all
light.
energy, and everything is you. And by restricting your sexuality or your sensuality or your romantic aspect, what are we gaining? Everything is
isolation.
But what happens is it becomes suppression. If it is actually you have overcome the need for anything in life, this is a good idea. It's a good idea that if you have gone beyond, you crossed over certain things, but for which you need to actually have nothing to do with it. Like, for example, a person who wants to have alcohol, and at certain point in time he says, I had enough of alcohol in this life, I don't want any more, and he crosses over. Then even if you bring the best of alcohol, he wouldn't want it. Then he's stable in that position. That's okay. Otherwise, it's not okay. We are suppressing. In the name of spirituality, we suppress quite a lot of stuff, and that actually comes out at a different point in time. Whatever is we suppress, it's postponement.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's not going away from the system. So I never think that anything is good or bad in the path of spirituality or in the path of life. I mean, whether it is physical life, emotional, intellectual, spiritual, personality based, nothing is good, nothing is bad. Everything is, just is. So accept it as it comes.
So let me ask you about that accepted as it comes, because we come as this spirit form into this physical body, right?
Yeah.
With all of its pleasures and challenges.
Yeah.
What does spirit want?
Nothing.
So why come in the body?
Just like the petrol of the car, it never wanted anything. But it's a contract of consciousness. It is called the Shiva and Shakti. Shiva is the pure spirit who is completely conscious, but at the same time it has no needs, completely transcended. The Shakti is the aspect of the duality, the drama. So Shiva and Shakti together becomes power.
Yes.
And then it's the whole drama is happening. The manifestation happens. Likewise, I would say the biggest gift Shiva gave to himself is Shakti.
Well, clearly. So, just, right there. So.
Because without Shakti, there is no expression. There is no need for expression. The need for expression happens only on the basis of relativity. You are maintaining relativity. So in that relativity aspect, there should be expression. Relativity creates space. Space creates time. Time creates opportunities of creation, creativity, creation. All these things are interconnected. You cannot segregate one from the other. If there is no space, there is no time. If there is no relativity, there is no expression. So everything is knitted well inside. In this whole tapestry, like our consciousness, which we were talking about, the consciousness runs through the whole machinery. Awareness shifts between waking state, dream state, deep sleep state, the state of full awareness and the cosmic awareness. All these levels of awareness, it all sits inside us. What we pick up, that becomes us. So, even in normal life, if we are clearly aware that we are just experiencing it for the only reason is gratification, then we have no highs or lows. We have
no attachment to it.
No attachment to it.
So, I get this question a lot from a lot of people.
Yeah.
So we become non-attached as much as we can, living in our society, right? We live from our heart. We give our dharma. We give our service. We give our self to our practice. So what?
Non-attached. Yeah.
So
Sure.
what? What's
So
the point?
Absolutely.
At the end of the day, so what?
Yeah. Non-attachment is a high level of awareness. When your awareness peaks, you don't feel attached to anything. That is not aversion. That is a total difference. People confuse between attachment and aversion. Like, for example, you cannot have something, so you feel, okay, I don't need it. That's not the thing. It's that you can have anything, but you need nothing. Means your life is not depending on a place, a situation, a time, a person, or any of the activities which we can engage in. But at the same time, we are in everything. We are every aspect of life. There is a role to play for us. But at the same time, we are not that role, and we are clear. And the awareness is so high that we are not attached to that aspect at all. Then we are free.
Then we're free.
Yeah.
Yes. So if we're free, what are we free to do?
We will operate only on the basis of what you have to do instead of what you love to do. That's a big shift.
Yes.
Yeah, you will do things which you have to do. Means you will be performing a duty model of life rather than the swaying of the mind. Like I love to do this. These likes and dislikes. We operate only in the levels of loving to do something. Instead, we will do only what we have to do. So, there is no ownership in it. That is freedom.
It is freedom. All right, guys. Well, clearly we could do this forever until the battery on my camera dies. But I don't want to keep you baking in the hot sun. And I really want to honor you for your service and for your teachings, and for the voice of spirit that chooses to move through you to speak to those who are willing to hear you. Truly, thank you for your work, and thank you for your
Thank you so
practice.
much. It's
and thank you
beautiful
for what you're offering to these people here today, and everything that you do. So
Thank you so much.
it's an honor and a privilege.
Yeah, it's beautiful to be here, because here what I'm experiencing is everybody are in some level of awareness. So the whole language and the whole communication becomes different.
Is that fun?
It is good.
It's really
good. Yeah, there's no variation in frequencies much. Otherwise, normally in a crowd there are numerous levels of numerous frequencies we handle. But here, it's more or less like in certain level you're operating.
Well, this is what you were talking about before too. About there is the energy of the land too.
Yeah.
That's only it's going to call certain people here,
Yes.
and I think it's also going to the land is also going to do its own work.
Yes.
To clear some of that variation in frequency, I think too.
Yeah,
and the intention of why people are here is also going to channel them.
Yeah,
differently.
even if the shift in frequency is not happening, at least alignment happens in a high energy zone.
That's what I really saw in
alignment.
your meditation, was that alignment. Like it was this really beautiful, like just like
alignment.
Source just came and said, "Just here we are, there you are, there," and it just was like so clear.
Yeah.
If I may add, in 2007, Mohanji received this meditation, Power Purity, telepathically, and I was present in the room.
Oh.
And he just sat with the spine straight, just typing something very fast. And after it was finished, we were both looking like, what is this? And it's like, everything was received, even the instruction of how people should sit in this blessing position and how many candles, if there are any, and all this came. And that he was like, what am I supposed to do with this? I said, well, looks like you're going to be teaching it.
Apparently, you're sharing it now.
Yeah.
So initially he was very introverted when I met him.
Even now.
And until he was like, the dharmic push happened to do all this. And
no, I was working. Mostly I was working. And I was having decent salary, good house and stuff. So I thought this is what I will do. I will do my practices. And I will do service, whatever I can. But then I was told, you should go out and teach.
You need to teach.
Yeah. Then I said, I can't really, it's not my cup of tea. What will I do? How will I tell people, you come here, I'll teach you something? I said, this is not my cup of tea. Then the answer came. Those days, the communions were very strong. Answer came, this is not your problem. We will send people to you. Understand, those who are coming to you are sent by us. So that's now if I look more than 100 countries of our activities, I think I never created it. I never even thought of having all these activities in 100 countries, 100 or more probably. and various languages it's translated and stuff like that. So I feel like an instrument or a projection more than a person.
I understand.
Yeah, because the nature brings forth somebody to do a job. So I like to keep it in that level so that I don't take ownerships of high level and then also the associated ego.
Yeah.
It's fine if you are called, you speak. If you are not called, you don't speak.
And it's ever new, ever fresh energy. It keeps on coming, like this healing that came out, or this Shakti Plus, the meditations,
Kriya.
the Kriya, the this, the that. So it's all like we're just putting
All
it
our
on,
meditations we kept free because the aim is not to bind people to anything. People can download and practice it, and it's working wonders. A lot of people are having. Same with conscious walking.
Yeah, even this most simple walking meditation came. And it sounded very simple. When you start doing it, you can just feel your aura is walking.
Yeah.
And just gliding through the space. And it just liberates
30
you.
minutes walking is equal to 3 hours of meditation.
It's amazing, actually.
I love walking meditation actually because you also then get to listen to the earth in
Yeah.
a very different way, and it's like the energy expands to then become the surroundings
Yeah.
instead of
You
that
become
sense of,
one with it.
yeah, instead of that ownership of like this is me moving through space. It becomes no, here we are. I am how do I say this? It's like the drop of water is in the ocean.
Yeah.
You are the ocean in that space. You are not the differentiated part of it until the ego comes back and says, oh, it's time for lunch.
Yeah. You know, usually we spend much more than we earn in the waking time. This meditation actually grounds you. I mean, or puts the walking
That energy back.
back. Or back. In a way, it recycles it so that it doesn't go out all the time.
See, and that's the really interesting thing about this too, is that most people do a little bit of yoga, meditation, tai chi, a little bit of work, just enough to keep themselves from being depleted by daily life.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But not enough to transcend.
Yeah, for
Not
them,
enough to elevate
absolutely.
beyond.
That's why they are only going within the boundaries of the mind.
Right.
You know, that's why I always say spirituality should never be an option. It should be the first priority. Then you achieve something. Achieving is basically losing. You even lose yourself. Complete emptiness. Totally. And the moment you feel that you know nothing, you have arrived.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
If ever we feel we know something,
We're
the
stuck.
mind is there.
Yeah, we're totally stuck in the ego. Absolutely. It's funny, but it's true.
It's true.
Yeah, it's absolutely true.
And people will, my belief, and this is exactly what is happening, you need to prove nothing. Those who have eyes to see will see and they will connect. The rest of them need not connect because they are not ready. So even if they come, you wouldn't
It
know
won't
what
stick.
it won't stick.
Yeah, they'll be upset. They'll have to something. They'll leave.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, that's what you said that is so true, and I think is so powerful. Is and people who are watching this will get this as well. But when when the student is ready, the teacher appears.
Appears,
Right?
yes.
But when the teacher is ready, the students appear.
Also, both ways.
Both ways.
Yeah.
It's
And also-
it's a pact.
Yeah.
It's really
It's a
divine
it's a
contract.
deal,
Yeah.
contract. That's why I say, you know, I mean, only when there is a disciple, there is a guru.
Totally.
Otherwise, we are all just human beings. Yeah.
Absolutely.
We have seen through Mohanji like things, even his body changes shapes. Sometimes when he's connecting with a certain master, the body, the foot becomes longer or the waist becomes thinner. And it's all
Stomach.
because stomach
Changes, yeah.
smaller or bigger. It's too much fun. And the beauty of it is that what I've understood is that he becomes so empty and it's really just an instrument. And when we sit in his aura, things just speed up for us. There's a lot of profound cleansing that happens in his retreats. So like people would like to meditate, but the baggage is too heavy, you know? They're not enjoying the trip because so much of luggage is being dragged all the time.
them.
So first you need to remove that, then go into the love, the opening, expansion, the surrender. And it's beautiful the way, like within 5 days of retreats, so much happens. So he mainly works with smaller groups of people so that he really takes them in
We
that
have
intense...
people 150 to 100.
yeah,
That's a small group. 150 to 200.
No, a bit,
That's the little
okay,
lunch.
it's getting a bit, it's increasing, but we are aiming to have small groups, but we'll see how it goes.
Well, you know, again, there's no such thing as time or space. There's no you, there's no me. So 150 is just one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's the same. Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you, teachers. I don't want to keep you cooking in the Sedona, Arizona sun, but you're glowing now, so we'll think of it that way. So thank you so much. Thank you for watching. You'll find connections to these people, I'm sure, online, and I really want to honor you, your service, and thank you for taking this energy forward. Many blessings in Sedona.
Thank you.